So today's stretch, I will be doing a voiceover as our living room is a bit of a mess and we have somebody napping right over on the couch. So sitting up nice and tall, feet together, knees apart, make sure you're breathing. Spine is nice and long. My cat was in the sink, excuse that. So sitting up nice and tall, feet together, knees apart, elbows on the inner thighs, inner knees, push on out, make sure you're breathing. Again, spine stays nice and long. Come up nice and tall. Let's take one foot, cross it over the knees. Again, always sitting up nice and tall. Getting that outer hip, outer thigh. Shoulders stay down away from the ears. Cross the feet a little bit more at the knees, then sit up tall. Bottom leg curls back to your side. Hugging the knees, sitting up tall. Always, always deep. Inhale through your nose. And exhale. Getting into that outer hip. Always breathing. Make sure you give yourself several breaths here before letting go and switching sides. Other ankle crosses over the knee. Figure 4, butt seated. Deep breath in. And exhale. Shoulders away from the ears. Crossing at the knees. Bring that bottom leg down and by your side. Sitting up tall. Hug that top knee in towards the chest. Always, always inhale. And exhale. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Spine stays nice and long. Feeling that outer hip, outer thigh. Keep breathing. Before we unhook, let's take that top leg over to the side. Other leg bends inward. Sitting up nice and tall. Open up the chest. Lean on down. Get the elbow towards the knee, then come back up. Rotate those shoulders, square off, facing the foot, nose towards the knee. Before carefully walking yourself back up, switching sides. Open up the chest. Try not to crunch into that side, rather elongate through the spine. My cat is driving me insane, so sorry. Then square off the shoulders, nose towards the knee. Always make sure you're breathing. Inhale. And exhale. Walk yourself back up. Come on up to your knees. Let's take that right leg forward so that both legs are bent at 90 degrees. Tuck those hips under so the booty is squeezed. And you're going to feel the hip flexor on that side where the knee is touching the floor. On that same side, lift that arm up and breathe, getting into that hip flexor. When you're ready, send those hips back, flex that front foot, making sure that you pull that right hip back so that your hips are in one line. You're going to feel that hamstring a lot more. Inhale. Exhale. Come back up. Right back into that hip flexor stretch. Hips are tucked, arm comes up. Nice. Bring both arms down. Curl the back toes under, lift up into a lunge. Getting a little bit deeper into that hip. Make sure you're breathing. Lower that back knee down. Take the opposite arm to reach back for the toes. If it's available, square off those shoulders. Inhale. And exhale. Carefully release that foot. Curl the toes back under, lift back up into that lunge. Shoot for balance, swing those arms on up. A warrior pose. Step that back foot forward to chair pose and then switch sides so that right leg is now back behind in that warrior pose. Before reaching on down for that high lunge. Dropping that back knee down. Make sure that that knee is directly beneath the hip. Hips are tucked. This time that right knee is touching the floor. Bring that right arm up. Always, always make sure you're breathing. You want to feel those front right hip flexors. And we'll send those hips back. Flex that front foot. Again, lining up those hips. Bringing that left hip back so you feel that left hamstring a bit more. Spine is long. Make sure you're breathing. Come on up. that 90-degree bend again. Bring that arm up one more time. Hips tucked under, abs in. And come right back down. Curl those toes under for a high lunge. One more time. Lower that back knee down. Take the opposite arm, reach back towards that foot. Square off those shoulders. Inhale. And exhale. Before carefully letting go. Curl the toes under, high lunge one more time, and then lower back down. Bring that front knee back to meet the right, and walk back to a child's pose. Hands come forward. Inhale, and exhale. And come back up. Let's take that left hand underneath, threading the needle. That right arm can go long overhead, getting into the upper back. And then bring that left arm to meet the right for child's pose. Other side, right arm goes under, thread the needle. Left arm long overhead. Inhale. And exhale. Bring both arms forward. Deep breath here. And we're going to take our right hand over to the right side, left hand on top, sink back into that left hip, opening up that left side body. Take a breath here. Before moving that left hand over, right hand on top, sink back into that right hip. Deep breath here, opening up that right side body. And then back to center one more time. Inhale. And exhale before coming on up onto your knees. Clasp those hands together behind you and reach those arms straight and down towards the floor. Shoulders away from the ears. Release any tension in the neck and shoulders. And release, and then go right back into this stretch. Make sure you're breathing. More time, deep inhale. Bring those arms up overhead. Exhale. Push the arms down. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale. Bring those palms together. Thumbs towards your forehead, down to your nose. Inhale. And exhale down to your chest. Thank you so much for your time today. I hope you have a wonderful day.